see the ball hit the ball.
Oh, heaved into the leg side.
Welcome to the FourPlay Cricket Podcast.
Remember the name. History for the West Indies.
With your boys, Commie and Clinkett.
Let's go.
FourPlay Podcast. I am Commie.
I am Clinkett.
You forget your name there a little bit there, buddy.
Nah, I was trying to figure out if I should go with the full name or if I should just stick with Claudia. Everybody's calling me, so just go with Clinkett.
And we got Jobs again. Jobs, Jabbar Nels. What's up, my man?
So you can introduce yourself?
Well, you can introduce yourself if you like.
I guess there's a host now then.
I guess so.
I love Jobs. Jabbar knows, yes.
Good, man. But we're here to talk a little bit about cricket. As you know, where do we start? Disappointing again, eh? And again and again and again. We can start with the T20s. Did we win any? I can answer for you, no. Do we win any?
Don't touch me.
Okay, buddy.
Listen, this is a podcast, right? I didn't remember tweeting you and they tell you, you know what? Whenever next we have a next episode, coming for you with this T20 that you tell me about, right?
Me? Okay.
So I ain't really want to go too much into it early out. We can just ease into this here, but I ain't easing into it. What really happened on New Zealand? I want somebody to be able to tell me. Giles, what really happened on New Zealand?
All I can tell you, same thing that's always happened in New Zealand, just happened again.
But I remember saying New Zealand is a hard place to go to play cricket. One, and not only because of the atmosphere and all we saw the pitches is played. The pitches be good, but I just feel like
Clinkett, different atmosphere or not, but you playing cricket for how long? These guys ain't playing cricket for 2 days. These guys know about playing cricket. You adapt. You got first game. We struggle. We top 4 again, struggle again the first game, right?
This is, you talking Test or T20?
T20. T20, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. The struggle, right? The loss was 4 wickets for 1 run or so. And then Pollard and Fabian Allen bringing through, right? We scored 180 something or
175, I think it was something like that.
You know who lost that game for me?
Here we go.
Everybody made that 10 over.
You know, no. You know who lost that game for me?
Tell me who lost it. Who lost it? Fabian Allen?
Fabian didn't bowl too well.
Somebody that only bought 2 overs lost the game for you.
I just call him
get rid of the bias.
Yeah, he called another name because he knew exactly.
Man, the bowlers, we didn't bowl well at all. I find the whole time.
To me, the most disappointing bowler was Kimo Paul.
Yeah.
I know you think with Kesrick.
No, I can say yes.
Kesrick played the first game, he got dropped. Right? But Kimo Paul, no coming from IPL again.
Yeah.
And he remaining a constant in any team. But he's not performing to the standard he's supposed to perform.
He looking short of work. He looking real short of work. Even IPL coming from IPL, he look short of work.
Because O'Shane was traveled from what's called England. He went IPL. Then he come on there. Obviously, he's still bowling fast.
I can tell you something about that guy O'Shane, though.
But in terms of improvement, you really think O'Shane improving as much at the rate he's supposed to improve at?
It depends, Again, he making teams constant.
Constantly, exactly.
These guys getting a look in India and that kind of thing. My problem is that they went to India. Him, Kimo, and Fabian Allen. It would be always hard for Fabian Allen in terms of the overseas players in the setup of his franchise to get a player. But these guys, as much as we can see they went to IPL, they may play. So you're sitting down on the bench.
Yeah,
you're pretty much a net bowler. Yeah. So shorter work in terms of match.
In terms of match fitness. Yeah, you can say
fitness,
that.
Shorter
and
work.
Match fitness is all.
You got to show me more experience than that.
You
got to show me more experience. I would expect that when you get the opportunity, and again, I go back to Kimo. Kimo has been in every team recently. Kimo can be injured. The moment Kimo is not injured or 90%, he's still in the squad again. But then when he plays, I ain't getting that kind of consistency and get that level of performance that you would think that a guy that making every single squad. T20, 1 day test, franchises, I ain't getting it.
Vessel. You look sharp, boy. I mean, we see.
No, the reason I ain't really disappointed in that team's performance, although it's what we would call a quote unquote inexperienced side with some of the players that would have been in. But the reason I still real disappointed because this is a time now where it would have been looking for a guy like Rodman Powell to put it.
Step it up.
Fletcher.
Step it up. Fletcher. I think that Fletcher actually upset the apple cart a little bit.
Yeah,
because
Fletcher was the wrong soul. When you get back to Stanford, and Fletcher definitely got the talent. He definitely
we know this, and he's always out. But when you're looking at, remember that any T20 that's being played now is putting your name in the hat for World T20 that coming up shortly.
And that's why you think these guys.
And I think I think that Fletcher was actually one of the few that put his name in the hat.
I still think Fletcher's name was still remembered.
All right, good.
I would say this. I think that one name will get erased because as much potential or whatever we trying to give him, ain't working for Brandon.
Brandon ain't come off yet.
It's not working for Brandon.
Even the short game that they finished, the last game that didn't finish, Brandon was the only man out.
And he kind of reminded me of his countryman Chadwick again. And I would have expected Chadwick to have plenty scores for West Indies. At least two. Because I can't really count two. And it seemed like Brandon going down that same way.
But remember, Brandon's what, 24, 25?
Yeah.
So you still got time. And as I say, if the guys that were supposed to be available,
people is born every day here.
Correct. And I got people in line that want to play bad. People want to play cricket
agree,
bad.
It's not me, but this is what I'm saying. When we look at in the whole just everything, you understand? We put it all together. If Evan Lewis, Landon Simmons, and these guys were available, with Brandon being in the squad, no, this is really the major disappointment came for me because as far as I'm concerned, these are guys that you considering to be, I don't want to say sure picks, but these are the guys that we're looking at, that we're looking at T20, the guys that we could put a tick next to in a kind of way. These guys say that they're injured or they're not available, right? You have your chance now to come and prove. And then this is basically the display that you put up for 3 T20s.
And then you can go back to the guys again because
you go back. It's showing you proving the point. The same point that everybody was saying the last couple of years, and it made this. Remember, it made this point the last time where it was saying we got guys that were around for a long period of time that were producing heavily, but after those we ain't seeing the boy coming through other than Puran.
But Evan's still there.
Evan is 27, 28.
Yeah, Evan's still
so he's still in prime, but we said they ain't got a boy that's really coming through. And I remember made this point last episode as well. Jason. We see what Jason at APR they do.
Yeah, and that's given the opportunity again. I find that the French, what we call the French players, really ain't taking the opportunity.
Yeah, they ain't taking the opportunity.
And that's again, I would have loved that Brandon could have performed. I mean, like, once you play for West Indies, like, I want everybody to perform. Like, the selectors will deal with everything else.
Correct.
But when you get in these opportunities and then you're not performing, like,
I think it's time
making it easier for the selectors.
I think it's time for Rodman to get a little breathe with.
Yeah, but we talk about Rodman. I see one man I called for to get a little looking, he get a looking. But he didn't get the looking at how I wanted him to get the looking. One called Dapper, Kyle Mears.
Yeah.
You see, he played 2 games. Well, the last game would have been washed out.
Yeah.
But he bowled 1 over.
He opened the ball.
And bowled 1 over in one of them games.
His second game.
No, when he opened, I think he would have bowled like 4 overs, but he didn't come back. He bowled 2 overs.
2 overs,
but he didn't come back. Sorry.
But I just me. All the little nene people that coming back there, he was earmarked to be Barbados' backhand bowler and stuff like that. You try and give a man a pick. I understand what Paulie's gonna go to, especially when you're under the pump. You're gonna go to something that you trust, which is he goes to himself. But those younger guys, if you're using this as a trial, right? Throw a guy in the deep end. You're throwing him in the deep end with the batting because you're batting it higher up.
But that's the kind of performance he put in, that he really put himself in a position to be in the batting order, in the batting top order. So even when I saw him open the ball, when he got the ball ahead of Kimo, because you know Kimo can try to swing the ball or whatever, and he can be more effective with the newer ball. Same thing with Cull, can be more effective with no ball, but Cull also batting in the top 5.
Cull ball won over the first game.
Right,
If that was the first game, the second game.
The second game that he played. The first game he played, which would be the second game. He ball won over 10 runs.
Yeah.
One.
Right?
That was a little shot. One. I can't remember one.
And I think Kimo went for 40 in the game.
64.
64. Oh.
You see what I mean?
wickets.
I understand you.
I think that was to prove a point too.
Well, I
I
don't
think
know,
that was
but
to prove a point.
You
going to. Yeah, and like I say, yeah, I understand you trust certain people, or you know you're more familiar, I should say, with certain guys and stuff like that, like Kimo, and then. But when you got a guy like Carl, as you give him one over, I think you made for 10, right?
Yeah, 10.
Good. And you don't bring it back.
But as
he's
Jav
playing.
say-
He's playing as more of a bat, but he is an all rounder.
But as Jav said, that could have been to prove a point.
True.
Because a lot of players, I've seen captains done this. You know what? This is my front line bowler. This is the guy.
Playing as a bowler, ball.
Exactly. Use a bowler, bowling ball.
ball.
I ain't gonna
Okay.
turn to no all rounder or let's things dire. I ain't dire need of over. That's hope.
All around is just filling over.
Yeah, exactly. So Kimo is the man that we playing as a bowling all rounder. So his first skill set is to bowl the ball, right? But just remember, after the third ODI, not the third ODI, the third T20, Pollard came and say something, but a lot of people didn't realize it. We are not good enough. If you're not good enough, some of these guys are going to shape up or shape out.
No, I
agree. I totally
but
agree.
I pick up on it because that's why I said
That
I
was
think
to
it was
prove
to
a
prove a point. Like
Yeah.
these are the players you're giving me to bowl. I will see the standard they're bowling at.
They ain't working out.
yeah.
So let
they
me
ain't
get
working.
my main. Let me get my main.
And I agree with that. And I know
agree.
that that's
I
the
totally
stance that
agree
he's
with
trying
it.
to take, and
I
that's the
know,
road
I
he's
know.
going
agree
on.
with it. I have no
He
problem
sent a
with
message clearly to the selectors. This ain't working out for me. I understand what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to build, but T20 is next year. So
I don't think he happy with the squad that available
you know
to
who,
work.
you know who you want.
Yeah, one, not everybody, because you got to play with 70% of what there before, but I know that. You can see that he wants certain
You know
players.
who he wants.
You can see that he wants
The
certain
Warheads
players.
obviously can come back. That we know, obviously, as I said, the Evan Lewis, the Lander Simmons, the
Yeah, expecting Gil to play.
And you know
to be
Gil
honest.
coming. Gil can't show that, sorry.
So I can put. I'm gonna put something forward to y'all. We were talking about this here with the Andre Fletcher situation. Do you see Fletcher as somebody that would make his way into that side, into that World T20 squad?
There's a headache as a.
There's a headache because if you look at it, he's gonna bat either 1, 2, or 3.
There's a good headache.
You got Lendl, Evan, Chris.
And you still remember, we don't know if Narain going and Narain having playing.
Narain is players in opener
do
sometimes.
the opening role for the
But
only
I say,
time.
but it's an option.
The only
He
team
does
he
it.
doesn't really
Yeah.
do it for his West Indies.
So it's
But
an option.
People operate with recency bias, right? Fletcher playing in the Big Bash.
Yes, yes, yeah.
He hit 1-6.
Yeah.
Nola, he scored 11. A
Yeah.
6, a 4, 11 off of 8 ball or something. But that is start. No, I'm serious. No.
You
But
know, then-
You are correct. You are
For
correct.
that whole week, he had the most media coverage
Yep.
in terms
Yeah,
of
you are correct.
that one shot and
You
the
are
exposure.
correct.
But F. Fletcher now has a good Big Bash. He can really put
Yeah.
himself in that
Yeah, yeah,
position. VNC Evan playing a little bit. VNC Lando playing a little bit. But Lando had a good CPL.
Yeah.
Lando had a good CPL. Gil no coming off a good IPL.
Good
Yeah,
IPL,
exactly.
yeah.
So
And Gil, the thing is, we have this argument about Gil, but obviously we know playing sports, you got certain persons that's be able to have certain.
different
Yeah.
X factors.
Yeah,
So
you understand. So Gil would have done prove himself years and years, and that's what was telling Commie, and that was telling some other people inside the group. Yes, it is fine for us to say we want to see people coming through, which is what I will,
Yeah.
which I would like to see. But when you go to a World Cup, where you know you can play 7 games, right, and you got 4 or 5 players that then could change a game in your team, which means you could play a badge throughout the entire preliminaries, and it takes 2 more games or 3 more games for you to get to the finals. And these X Factor players turn up.
you will bank on them before.
You can bank.
boss.
I can bet my money on these men
Before
to get
boss.
me through. Then the others are coming through at the present moment, and that's the problem they got, because this is a major disappointment I got for the New Zealand series, especially in that T20 series. this was the time for you to come and tell me, well, you know what, look. I
got
showing you know.
potential.
Yes, I show you know. You understand? It's time for me to move from here to here.
Here.
Other than Puran and maybe Hetmeyer, we ain't seen the boy else coming through in that T20 format.
And I wouldn't even say.
But they call Hetmeyer because of IPL.
Right. Okay.
They have that bad of
Hetmeyer is
IPL.
one of our
Yeah,
premier
he is
players.
one of our premier players, but to be very honest, he hasn't been showing it a little bit in the T20 format.
Yeah, but what he's saying is, if you watch how he played, well, obviously the Delhi.
Yeah, he had,
Yeah.
and he had a specific role. You
Role,
would
yeah.
see
Delhi,
that
free.
when he went out. When,
Got to go.
It was a goal. Like, use
Right.
the man to come, and when it come, is play your shots. Express yourself. You understand? We need quick runs. Because obviously coming after, and the thing is, that team was hardly in trouble. Their top four was, some boy in their top four scored every single
But the
game.
moment he went out, you could have seen that the balance went away from that team, and they went on like a 3-game or 4-game.
Yeah, when they had to play Kerry.
Right, that's when
Yeah,
Pan was
instead of
injured.
Pan, yeah.
So that now changed the dynamic of their real top 4 or 5. So you could see the impact he could got on the game and the kind of quality he bring into the team. So I don't got a problem with.
I know what probably had he in the T20 format.
I mean, it can be good to just to make the squad, but
you won't
it can
play.
be
We're
difficult
looking at
enough
final
for
11.
Like if the
But we know Russell can back too.
every selector's got a direction of picking the more experienced guys. Like to make the squad can be interesting.
Exactly. Another man.
Very, very, very
Another
interesting.
man that I would like to see get a chance. I don't know if he can get a chance, but I would like to see get a chance before the World Cup. Put in a series, 2 series. I would like to see Carter's back. The reason I would like to see Carter's back is I still feel Carter's got a lot left.
What we're gonna say, you would like to see Carlos back and stuff like that. But has Carlos put himself in a situation that you could fight for him being back? That's my question to you.
I mean, I could agree probably, but he playing Big Bash now. So I was saying, if he
No came off his strength.
right, so if he put it in hand and he give you something inside the Big Bash, that's a man I would like to see come back in team.
Yeah.
Right?
But you also know go look at the composition of our team.
Yeah.
When you look, Pollard is the captain. So
True.
and then you still got Dwayne Bravo
Dwayne to
there.
come.
And obviously with JS exploits now in the IPL,
That's true, yeah.
JS put himself back into contention more than Carlos. So that's 3 kind of players that would play that similar role.
But
Guys,
what he's saying, the reason I say we'll let the see come back in is because before every World Cup, obviously it's got to pool the players that is try to pick from. So in a case where like you're gonna obviously just come and say, all right, you got 14, you're going with this 14. We would see England doing that at the present moment. England right now, them got Butler, you got Jason Roy, you got
why didn't score and see who
why didn't score? Let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know
They
Root
even
one?
even got Tom Banton now.
They got Tom Banton, they got the guy
Phil Salt and them guys out there.
we got Milan. I talk
yeah.
about the next Friday right-hander that's keeper as well, that play for Chennai. I can't remember his name.
They play for China.
Oh, right. Sam Billings.
Sam Billings.
Oh, right, Billings.
Right?
Sam
so you
Billings.
got a whole pool of players now, and you still got Root 1 saying no, you know. Remember that. So you got a pool of players that you could pick from. And not only that, we might be talking about, they got French players like Sean Livingston and them that playing all the franchises around the world. So that's what he's saying. If you could get a guy like Carlos, no, you don't got to give all. Just give 1 or 2 series that we see we doing. Get you wrong. And this is also a part of your pool. Because to me, in my opinion, you got Jason, you got Bravo, you Pollard bowling ball now. You got Kimo Paul, who obviously would have struggled there the other day. Rodman to some lesser extent. So at some point in time,
bowling Rodman.
you got Romar, you got
I ain't
Romar
care
Shepherd.
all the time. Don't call Kesrick neither. And don't call Rodman. Them ain't two bowlers.
What you talking about the all-rounders?
Okay, fair enough. Fair is fair. Don't call Rodman. Rodman is a batsman.
Shepard already put his name
Shepherd, exactly.
as an all-rounder based off of this New Zealand.
Don't call Rodman name again that on the list, please. I'm telling you, you hurt him. You hurt him
you
hard.
got Dapper at some point, right? So because 7 players there, right, that can vote for that all around the spot. We know who. I forget Russell, so we got 8.
And you probably giving three.
I stretch it a little bit.
By being like out of 8,
Yeah.
how much you?
I
give?
know it was my first choice, but
Russell
you
and
know
Bravo.
you're picking 3. No.
No, it'd be like in terms of composition of the squad.
His squad.
Out 8, they're
Okay,
it. But
yeah.
how much you looking that you tell yourself like,
But that's the thing.
this amount will fit into this.
We
squad.
gotta remember the reason
With enough balance.
The reason I call this to call 8 people. Remember, but remember some of these games because Russell don't play as a bowling all rounder and West Indies team. He plays as a batsman that can bowl a couple overs. Reason no Bravo is coming on.
Bravo
Bravo
is
is the man that's
the
can come at
switch.
back end
Yeah.
and bowl the ball, but you can bat a little bit.
Right.
The same role that Kemo's supposed to be playing. Which we obviously you sure that you ain't ready. You ain't ready for
He
it.
ain't performing to this standard.
So, you got Shepard obviously would be doing the same job. Jason obviously will come in our role now as a bowler that could do that same job that could bat. So we call 3 of these here, right? That's 3. Pollard is one bowl the ball. He said, but Pollard really is truly playing as a batsman. That
To me, Pollard is only when it is
when it needed.
when it's needed.
When
But
it needed.
When he fed up.
when he fed up.
You know, but
That's what I say.
but
That's
star
cool.
player. That's what he do. Like I can get do.
And he hasn't been doing.
No, the last year and a half,
Yeah,
Pollard.
He's been doing fairly alright with that ball.
I can tell you.
And I would actually
His overall game in last year and a half
has been very excellent.
You gotta give Jacket.
Very
It's a cuss
excellent.
and say, bro, I want to see you do it in maroon. He ain't game in
He
that
come.
maroon, but
You could see the difference too, even though he's the captain. Like
Leadership.
you could see the difference.
He wants
in
to.
terms
You
of
can
his-
see that he wants to lead from the front
Yeah.
and not just say, "Okay, do
He's
this and
naturally
that."
a bully,
I
though.
want. Well, I want not. But that word, the man might call he lawyer for you.
Sorry.
Your mom might call he lawyer for
naturally,
you.
he's an aggressive player.
Okay.
He approaches the game aggressively.
Not a bully man.
Let's say that. And if you, Kieran Pollard, if you ever watch this at any point in time and you think that I am calling you a bully and it's supposed to be anywhere insult, it's not an insult. I can't believe that you need to be a bully at some point. He calling shots, he making your decisions, he standing firm by your decisions.
And he's looking to lead from
And
the
he
front.
looking to
too.
lead
Right, lead from the front. I love to see that from him. I love it. Because you can see that the team, when he gets that team, the guys want to play around.
Even like in
somebody
the
like
first T20, like when we were in trouble, like
Yeah,
when
he come over,
when
he
he
scored
scored,
them
like
runs.
I tell myself like
He's
that. He's a man that looking,
one.
yeah, he's a
he's
big
fine.
one.
It's a big one.
Give
You could have
it-
seen the
give
difference
Jackie
in terms
jackets.
of quality and stature there. Like
Yeah.
he was like, I can do this here today.
But I saw
And the
players,
performance
I
was
saw
different.
players that that's what I'm saying. Going back to disappointment.
But it's still different with a guy know that comfortable in his game
Well,
and
true.
doing it for the last whatever years than a guy that we know got potential but still trying to feel his game.
But when we
So,
see Puran and then guys come, when Puran come, he make it Puran be fearless.
yeah, well, Puran's a real talented fella.
Yeah, very, very,
Puran,
very.
Puran was a
Excellent chap, boy.
standout and at the top of the pile throughout his years coming up. Puran wasn't just a fella that come through sometimes or make it big.
True.
one-time.
Yeah, he from
Puran was always at the top of the pile coming up from a youngster. So
One
it's
thing-
that kind of experience.
Hey, one question with this side here that we play. We met now in New Zealand. We play Fabian Allen all 3 games as your all
You know, being called, but the others was born as
Was
fast bowling
all-rounders.
Right. We ain't called Allen, we ain't called Narain or Nanem.
But
But we can't
believe
like
it or
spin it down
not,
there.
he
And they
didn't.
play.
I don't think he left here bowling particularly well.
Well,
though.
yeah.
I really don't.
He didn't have a good CPL either.
Coming out with CPL, and then he would have played some of the games in the local competition. and
Yeah.
I would have seen him in the last game he played because he would have played against Spartan, and the bowling wasn't that good either. So I really don't know what's going on with him. But
Actually, he was in his side for the last game.
Right.
But obviously, that would have.
yeah, he didn't
Wash
play.
out.
Yeah, wash out.
But
But he wasn't bowling to the standards he would have showed like the year before, the previous year. Like
His
does he go to
breakthrough.
World Cup?
that's the thing. It all right now.
could,
It's all
but-
based
but-
on how good a
But you gotta
performance
remember
you get
too.
in.
Not only that too, but you gotta look at the characteristics of the Indian pitches. You can't just
I
look
know
and
the
say,
Indian
okay, well
pitches
in
are
New
very
Zealand, yeah, but in New Zealand, that's seam. That's more seamer friendly. In India, no. A leggy. I remember Jason used to say this. A leggy, you give a chance.
That's what he's saying.
But every quality T20 team
It's
has a
gonna
leg
like-
filler
has a
that
leg
doing
filler.
well. But
Leg can give
what
a
you can
chance.
say is that he come on pretty much a year before is when he really come on and met that name for himself. He went into the West Indies team. Yeah. But that was like the honeymoon period.
Yeah.
What you could say, next CPL, because he had success in the first one. Everything was going good. Deservingly, he got picked for the West Indies. And he did well initially. But then, like when you face a little adversity, like this last CPL, I would have
was
seen
allowed
some of
to-
the games. No, he get some licks.
Yeah.
So when he went in the first time, hit straight, success straight away. And once you on top, like that might be working for you. But the moment he get licks, I realize like
But would
everything
you-
going,
would
start the
you-
ball
would you-
fast, seam up balls and things.
What you well, I remember a couple, and I was talking to Clinkett about this during the CPL, where Hayden would have bowled after Rashid Khan majority of those times, right? Where he had to be the person that he come in when people licking, no matter what.
But
Then I remember, right? Yeah,
to be honest.
and when he bowled earlier up, he actually settled after
little better.
he settled a little better. So maybe we gotta take that into consideration when it comes to Hayden. But he should be able to bowl either up front or either or.
You
But
can't play it in a team sport.
Yeah, I
that
understand,
This
yeah.
person got only do this.
Yeah, exactly.
But again,
unless in here Samuel
the
Badri.
one time,
But Badri did it
Patrick
for
is
us.
number one in the world.
Yeah, bowling a four top there.
Right,
But
that's
he
number
always
one.
bowl 4.
Good.
That thing we talking about. In that same World Cup, we went last in 2016 one. Badri would have bowled 4 up top some, but then I had games where he would have get a couple up.
Probably one.
Probably 2.
Probably
You said
one.
2.
Not two.
Don't
Don't carry
come
two.
back and get 2 like
Probably
maybe
one
down
later,
before you talk.
but not two.
He ain't bowling
Probably
15.
one
He
later.
ain't bowling 15 for a 16 for.
But
We
when
know
you
that.
got pretty much the best bowling in power player there, and then lead to do nothing different. For Hayden, know he might not be the best bowler at the time in the middle overs or the best coming right out of the power player, so he can be flexible. He ain't like overall dominant in like just bowling right after the power player. So that's again you can like keep he in a specific role.
Well,
But
hopefully,
every remember all of the good T20 sides in the world right now playing with wrist spinners.
Yeah.
We could talk, but whenever they're going to India, you know that New Zealand calling for Ishodi.
you know what, I don't remember. Australia got 2.
Zampa and Swetson.
I don't really rate Swetson that as much.
But he coming
Last
through.
year,
but
he
Zampa
know
top
he
man.
not
Yeah.
he bowled good in the last series.
You got 2.
Zampa, top. And who's the spinners for England? Well, Rashid,
Everybody
got
India
everybody
got
licking.
Shahal and
Yeah.
And still got
probably-
Yadav, Kuldeep.
Yeah.
And
Yadav, man.
got some down there that they can find if they need to find them.
They still got Jadeja
Pakistan
that will
got
come and
good
bowl.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Pakistan got good ones too.
So we might say so, but in the end,
The
we
leggy.
investing in Hayden because really and truly Hayden is the leg spinner. Who the other leg spinners are investing in?
Yeah,
the
that's the
present
thing.
You
And
might got call Raw Lewis out of retirement.
Although saying would do good when he was playing.
I just saying we need a leggy. Raul, if you're hearing this, you might need to take up the ball.
Call Nagamoto first.
Well, listen. So as disappointing as that T20 series was for myself, right?
What positives is that from it?
I took the aggression of
Pollard
from it very well.
You could cut it there though. You ain't gonna
Right.
cut it.
Fabian Allen was a man.
He wasn't that. Fabian actually assessed situation as well. Like,
He's
didn't know
a
too
good
good.
asset to our team.
but you know what you can put as a negative.
T20?
Yeah, he's a good asset to our team. T20 team.
Because I think that he's one that could bat a little bit too as well. So
He provides a lot
Yeah.
in all 3 departments of the game.
yeah, and he's an excellent fielder, excellent guy.
You don't feel Fabian Allen much. In terms, you might be comparing him to the best players in
Right.
other teams.
To me
But
right
for
now,
what we have available,
right,
Fabian
his
Allen is
bowling
very
to
good for
me
us.
isn't the greatest because he bowled gun barrel.
The reason I will not be hard on Fabian Allen at the present moment is because the position he bats in the T20 side, the role, and he's not a frontline spinner. He was not. Fabian Allen didn't come and know about his side bowling for exchange. We asked him to do the role. He basically now getting into it. It will not kill him for it. His skill set at the beginning of his career was not to be, yes, an all-rounder, but not an out-and-out first. Like, we ain't trying the ball to playing for Jamaica, you know, boy, trying the ball out Fabian Allen type. We want 5-6 wickets.
Why with F in the rain not available for whatever reason? Who you think would be West Indies' first choice spinner?
Solomon Bang.
Jesus.
I giving you my first choice.
I like Kerry Pierre.
Whoa.
I like Kerry Pierre. Right? That is me. If I go through the Caribbean and I can find a spinner, I could probably find one that ain't probably playing for 9 islands like present.
If you do that, I probably pick.
I not picking
You could pick
Pierre
Cornwall.
before. I not picking Pierre
Not before Fabian.
Fabian Allen at all.
You could pick
I don't think I'm picking Pierre, but
the reason I'm
picking
picking
Allen.
Cornwall is obviously because he ain't give me what Fabian gave me. Right? So as I say, I understand the reason I don't be hard on Fabian Allen as much because I say coming up throughout his cricketing career, he ain't a man that I could treat ball and tell you, yo, or I need 5-6 wickets. You understand? I put you in this role now in international cricket. This is same way how England do with Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali was all spinner, but all of a sudden England met front line all spinner, so you gotta give it a time to develop. No problem. That's fine.
Okay.
For me, he ain't as outstanding as people say he is. He ain't.
I just think he's a good asset to have.
I see
in
what
the
y'all
team.
seeing. You see
He's a
what y'all
good
see.
asset to have.
But I still feel we could find better. But right now,
Find him.
Right now, right. Until we find him, I can keep him. For you, as I say, you can catch the ball.
Fair game.
He can run out somebody. Which me liable to say 20 runs.
He can bring
on
value to the
he
team.
can
He's
bring
gonna
value.
on a
I
good
believe
day,
he'll
on a
bring
good day, he liable to give me 20. I ain't getting past 20. Don't think again no more.
Not discounting the other people that the carries and stuff like you speaking about too, you know, when we call Fabian Allen because that's just our preference. But
I just want you to raise. I say I give him more than 20. So if you watch when I raise, I give him more than 20. When I good with that, right? You get
that is that's your preference and your opinion.
That in your opinion, that's what you think.
He liable to he can win a game for you.
With a catch.
Remember, but anything he can win a
With a
game
catch.
for you. He can win a game.
And you call for game winners.
He can win a game.
I know he can win a game for me, but as I say, I at this moment I ain't killing him. You see the whole use blind cracks, right? I ain't to that point yet.
I did though.
Kesrick ain't work out.
I don't think Kesrick should have get dropped. I more think
Kesrick ain't work
that
out?
Kimo should have get dropped the second T20 than Kesrick.
Kesrick
But
ain't work
like
out.
you said,
But Kesrick
it
ain't
could
work
be that it could be that Kieran Pollard is trying to prove a point.
Ain't tell you something, right?
So-
For me, you see Washington Thomas?
But
I think he play Washington Thomas.
he was a good gym man.
I can bowl I can play Shannon. Tell you how he Washington gave me that either.
Yeah,
You
but
remember-
you got real free hits if you play Shannon.
That's the only problem with Shannon game. And I remember,
that.
hold on, I can go back a couple years now. I remember we played a Cherry Series down here with South Africa, Australia, and West
Yeah,
Indies.
yeah.
And Shannon actually played the 50 over.
Yeah.
And bowled very, very, very good.
Ball fast.
Fast.
You in
though.
England ball fast, they work out.
Yeah.
50 over different for T20
But I
still.
well, I
Yes,
understand
yeah,
that,
no, yes, yeah, no,
but he
but-
can play the limited overs format.
Fidel if you go do it.
But that Ocean thing,
But when
there,
you're looking at a
I
whole,
know.
no, I went really good at Shannon because like Shannon having a good test run and to preserve Shannon,
Yeah,
I
you
think
understand.
Shannon will go like with the white ball and he getting relative success with the red ball.
talking about that red ball thing, you're going on a different line of disappointment. My number 4 is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're gonna score runs.
Listen, I tell the man, remember Christ scored 246 in one game, and everybody keeping noise. And I tell somebody, you better be very careful. He scored 246. 246, he like, you ready for home?
You, not to talk of that. I also saw Wendy's cricket post. The leading run scores.
Azari out there?
No,
Azari got
Yeah.
more runs than we talk for?
He had an 86.
but.
We got more
And
runs
you
than
are
we talk for?
proud. You're
No, I
proud
guess
to
he had
say
an
that.
86. No,
Yeah,
I'm
I know
proud
that.
that Alzari had an 86.
Yeah, I'm proud that Alzari have an 86. But I'm not proud that he. That, but
No,
what I was trying to say.
I'm proud of Alzari, but I'm not
But
proud
I'm not
of
proud
Alzari compared
of
to
the
the
fact
other
that
people.
Alzari is up in the leading run scores. That's horrible. And I see them posting. I being critical of what they did. They're posting and they got Jermaine Blackwood up there. Did well.
Yeah,
Because he got 150.
Yeah, back against the
right.
wall. This year-
back against the wall.
Most improved player that put
And
your hand in
kudos-
every
kudos to
because
Blackwood,
because
right.
before don't
Kudos.
forget you might be talking, but remember also Blackwood scored real runs in last year because he scored
Yeah.
700 runs in first class.
Then he scored
He
in
had a
England.
match minute innings
In England.
No, he come here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's what I
as
said.
a batsman.
Kudos to Jermaine Blackwood. But you post most runs in the New Zealand series. Kesrick Williams is number 1 because of his 250.
Yeah, he's 250.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't matched that.
Yeah.
Jermaine Blackwood is number 2.
Yeah.
He batted 4 times. This man batted once. Good. Number 3 is, I think, either Henry Nichols
Or Tom,
or
yeah.
Tom Lathan. Henry Nichols would have batted twice.
Nobody from New Zealand bought more twice.
Exactly.
You keeping up knowing man back twice.
If they bought twice in the whole
Twice.
series.
Yeah, go on.
And we posting this like it's a major accolade.
But no, it,
But then post Blackwood by himself and say we are proud of you, Blackwood.
you know the marketing team gotta do that. It's fair, all fairness. People need to know what's
Oh,
going
so
on.
you take me for a clown then? Now you trying to take me for?
No, the vaccines, they take you for clowns.
You feel scared and them is supposed that?
I don't know, but
Somebody say
whoever.
down in the office and Auntie can supposed
Yeah, that probably don't more much.
But here, what I calling for that man that's saying no in the office, right? You think that is a clown? he think that is a clown? I ain't a clown. I know. You can't just push things in my face.
That's social media for you.
All right, fair enough.
But for the test series,
That was real disappointing.
very disappointing.
What the thing that
Especially
actually jumped me, right? When it comes to the batting, I ain't gonna talk about that
No,
yet.
you gotta talk about it.
No, not as yet. Not as
I
yet.
remember saying, no,
Not
tell
as yet.
you, all these warm-up games, Bravo score 100.
I-
Try to do this. And they say, see me, I'm looking at them there. Let me see where
I
Wagner
ain't
and them
want-
man lay something boot. So when that man come against West Indies, them man is wait for me.
Right, but hold on.
Both Saudi and Wagner, when that man see West Indies, that man call the is late.
Have you ever called the man of the series?
I called
after that,
Jameson. I called three men.
performances?
You understand? I called
Yeah.
three men. And men that call him a man see West Indies, the man love to do what the God do. And as for the last 5
Wagner.
years, we know how New Zealand, then the three of them men for the last 5 years called in New Zealand cricket. We see what them men doing international scene.
They got three of those in the top 10 or 15.
Or
Or
15.
something.
They top 10 or top 15.
Yeah.
So
Wagner give you a good mix back there, brother.
Wagner?
What?
Wagner's class.
Man, how Wagner the ball and sharp balls. Wagner come and learn how to swing the
Oh
ball.
man, man, you are watching it. You know we see that part of Wagner, right?
That's why he
Wagner
said
can
no.
bowl
Yeah,
real
That's
good.
he can
Wagner
excellent
got
bowler.
so much skills.
But
And
why
Wagner
love
is the
because of-
most aggressive test bowler.
Oh, my word.
You might like if you hear about Wagner, people talk Wagner, you might think Wagner's ball 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
Wagner's aggressive nature alone is out people.
But answer boy,
And he always believes that he can take a wicket.
He ain't really that fast.
Wagner
but
ball
he's keep
130,
coming out- He's coming out, yeah.
but Wagner don't bowl a lot of bad balls, and Wagner's bowl things that are uncomfortable. To me, he's workout weaknesses,
Yeah.
and he's work
Power
playing.
work.
Excellent read
Plus,
of a
too,
cricket.
like he annoying,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it can get under your
He
skin.
want
too.
beat it, he want
Yeah,
beat
he
it, but he
get
can't
on
really
his
beat it, and that's frustrating.
That's but why is that we
Wagner's
can
class.
see this and why we don't adapt our game to suit?
No, what you can say with that? For the last 2 series, right? Our bowlers are bowling. Batsmen are leaving a lot of balls, or pulling, hooking, or whatever. Right? Yeah, when we come to bat, man getting nick off, man getting bowled down.
It's
man
a
getting-
different league,
man
apparently.
getting called the
It's a
out.
different game, Clinky.
Right? What I trying to figure out? I ain't blaming bowlers. I ain't blaming coaches. I just want somebody explain to me what does happen in these strategic meetings. You understand? That you turning up, right? Man bowling up, man. LBW, nick off, bowl down, right? That's what happening, you know. But when we turn up, man leaving alone a lot of the balls because they're either too short or either too full. What is happening? Tell me what you're figuring out.
I would in the first game, especially, that's where you can call. I remember West Indies bowlers were actually bowling the ball a little bit too sharp.
I agree.
Right.
That's what I said.
And we were saying that
And man,
even
we
all the
blow
commentators
balls.
were saying that you gotta pitch the ball full out on this
That
wicket
first,
to get more
the
runs.
first
to get more wickets. sorry.
game that we bowled that first session, man,
And again,
leave
the pitch with
three-quarter ball,
impact,
balls.
not just the visual of the pitch with the impact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know how everybody in the Caribbean was saying, "Oh, Green talk this can do this
Yeah.
can do that." But I would have spoken to some of the guys, and I know like the decks in New Zealand is be real good.
Yeah.
And like I never thought the wicket would have played any type of way like bump with demons in it or anything and the deck played really good.
Yeah.
And you could see it from how New Zealand bat. Like, all right, we bowl a little on the short side and thing, but then we bowl pretty good in patches.
In patches.
But I remember later, The man left the ball real good
Real
in
good.
the
Even on so
first
many
set. Even going on to the
first set,
second
yeah.
session
Yeah.
and everything. He leave alone a lot of balls that, and that's a special
On
skill
length,
too.
on length,
That's a
especially
special
on the
skill
stump
too.
and on
Like,
length.
he leave
It
real
was
good
right.
in terms of.
I mean, I can understand how frustrating it is, but then, as I said, we see that, and then you come the next year about completely different story.
Yeah, but it's a different skill set too. And again, it seems like our deficiencies easier to work out. Like, a lot of our guys too guilty.
Yeah, I love
same,
hearing this
yeah.
different skill set, and this is what he's saying. For the last 2 years, Australia, fast bowling attack. India, fast bowling attack. New Zealand, fast bowling attack. Right? I don't even want to call England. Right? Because to me, England, fast bowling attack was good in England. West Indies arguably had the best fast bowling attack within 2 years.
Yeah, we were up there in terms of the most wickets.
You understand that we're saying? So
We
what
and
happened
India.
in the last two series?
and India.
What happened in the last two series?
That's why I'm trying to tell one of that what really let me down in the batting, because I didn't know that the batting would have failed. So
But you can't say
No, the
that.
batting is a disappointment.
the bat no
Everything was
very
disappointing.
very big disappointment, right? However, when it came to the bowling aspect of things are going here or there. We didn't really. Everybody had looked comfortable to me. The only body that probably didn't look too comfortable was only in the first game. That was the guy Will Young. I think everybody looked pretty comfortable to me.
Ross still is struggling.
Yeah, Ross a little
Ross
bit.
struggling. He
But
holds. He
Yeah.
both finished. Ross
I
still
know
is
another guy
struggling.
that look comfortable.
who he playing for me?
Yeah, my friend.
Who?
He's your friend, though.
Maybe get through with batting though.
He's your friend, too.
Maybe get through with batting.
They look comfortable.
I disappoint. I real disappointed in the batters.
Yeah, Lil.
I'm more disappointed in Darren more than any. Darren provided
Lord
the most
have mercy.
disappointment for me because I probably had the most expectations for Darren.
And Darren, especially he
The
scored
warm-up,
that.
He actually was batting.
I haven't talking about the warm up. Like to me,
You had
Darren
it, yeah.
is enough quality.
He
too.
not only you supposed to when you look at a side, right, and you look at a batting unit, you just always got that person that you just depend on heavily. Darren to me is supposed to be the person that
For the last
is supposed to be the world class
last 8
test
years.
batsman in our squad, right? Everybody's got that one. England got Joe Root, Australia got Steve
We
Smith.
ain't really find it. We
ain't find it.
that's-
But we just
Darren
tend to
Bravo
lean
was
on.
earmarked
Yeah,
to
he
be
was
that
earmarked.
guy.
It's
to be
hard
that.
to be
And
earmarked, but it's a
but
different
it's
thing to be it.
It isn't a case where he wasn't like producing early on either, Because remember, there was a point that Bravo was averaging 40 something or
He would have been in low
close to-
40s.
Yeah,
Low 40s.
and he was they were batting both quality.
Right now, he's down to 37. And
Bravo is seeing edge as them seeing the quality for that.
Austin down there too,
Austin on the 30 down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
Russell
Down to
look.
29. But what I can say, right,
Austin
why
look
I
good,
had the most expectations for Darren. Obviously, he would have had the running with the board. He had missed some years, whatever the case is. And then he came back last time against England. He got one score, but he was rusty.
Yeah.
So moving on, fast forward, he had a good CPL, everything, because a lot of our cricketers is operate on confidence. Too.
Yeah.
When you get your confidence, you can see performances from players. And then he didn't go to England, whereas a lot of the batters struggle in England again. So he wasn't coming to this series now, like how a Campbell would be coming, like knowing like I'm liable to get
anything
drawn,
the
or
back end
lucky to
money.
be on the
Yeah.
tour. Shea would have
Struggle.
missed
Yeah.
the tour. Roston didn't have the best. Roston didn't have a good time with the bat. Craig didn't have a good time.
He
with the bat,
relatively-
really.
he
He
ain't
had
get
a score.
he ain't get a
But
century,
I
but-
mean, like Craig coming off for the last 3 years,
Right.
he ain't producing to the level that you would have expected to produce.
Exactly.
So like
ain't got
everybody
any-
pretty much
he ain't got any
coming to this
backing money.
tour,
Yeah.
Struggling.
the rest coming to this tour struggling. Like so, the body ain't really coming with no confidence.
But in all
Darren
fairness-
could be coming with the most confidence. And last time he been to New Zealand, he left with a 215 or something like that.
But in
so
all
like
fairness-
all of that was an upside for Darren.
In all fairness, you might be saying that, but he might be telling you something, but last time he played Test cricket, it wasn't really that fluent for me. Yeah, he had a good CPL.
Yeah, but if you got sharp memory, like you could go BS on.
But
You
to
feel
me, he
it.
don't really look like that kind of person as let them kind of things. Like, I mean, as a cricketer, he's got them moments. But you coming into a setup, and that's what you say. When you look at any warm-up matches, you look very confident in the body.
I was thinking the same thing, like, Darren does perform outside of the West Indies. Like,
Especially
he got a pretty good record outside of the West Indies. He highest test scores in New Zealand. So I was just thinking, like, all of that, like, he got the most upside. I know, like, Craig's still looking now to catch back himself.
Yeah, Burkham would have
Campbell body for survival.
Burkham would have played in New Zealand before.
Right,
And stuff
that's another
like
thing
that.
too. Like, some of the guys ain't playing New Zealand, so for me that was disappointing. Craig, to me, next in line would have been Craig. Like, you know the levels, you've been to New Zealand already again, but I could see like the same dismissal, the same kind of deficiencies.
That one where he like
Finding.
fend out the ball.
That's
They ain't really a shot I really see play on a regular basis.
The one niggling outside off stump though.
And then for me,
4/5 stump.
when Craig's struggling a bit too, like, obviously Darren ended up struggling too. So like that hard on everybody else, because we can murder Campbell, whatever the case is, but Campbell's still, I mean, he deserved the murdering too, but these fellas still young to international.
They got
cricket.
10 test
So
games.
like when you have no Craig and Darren, no, that should be pulling along everybody else in terms of that experience. No,
Especially on that top four.
we might bash Brooks and he might deserve the bashing again too. But then like there's a guy now that no gone 3 test series or whatever the case is. First time in New Zealand. So it's not only that like you got bat for yourself and thing, but you hoping that a more experienced man could like pull you along. Like, this is what's happening in New Zealand in the second session or third session, this is how this going to come at me. So like because he ain't played that much test cricket, like it's different watching it than playing it.
Would have obviously faced the CN Trent board.
Right. Again, so it's different from watching it than playing it. Like they got certain passages of player you'll say about these men might normally come at you this kind of way and that. So now when the experienced men know because they've been really scoring runs, they don't think any of them score past 30. And then like you there now, like you gotta try to like
you're feeling for things.
be what can happen in these situations. And then you can see now Roston in terms of the way how Roston was getting out, like those were the worst outs on the tour for me.
You was showing me a stat read.
Roston is actually one of the
107 times and get bowled on
60 something innings. I think it
Get
was.
bowled on 19 times.
I think that's something that he definitely got to work. But I think I on it, not only him, but I think that he got to come home and work harder.
A third of Roston. Oh,
He ain't got long because obviously I did told you before this. Wesley's not announced that they're going to Bangladesh with 2 tests.
Yeah, but
So it's
you got to try to put in some kind of work as quick as he turn around. Like you got to work overtime here.
also, you see with the World Test Championships.
Yeah, no, we ain't not gonna be at large, so that ain't got nothing to do.
No. But it's the same some sorry face being the last.
all right.
But we're playing against Bangladesh, who is?
I want to put that on the table for this.
No, Bangladesh is last.
Yeah. South Africa is second last. West Indies
Yeah.
third last.
Afghanistan not in the Test Championship.
Yeah.
They are.
Afghanistan in Test Championship.
Everybody in Test Championship because I think what they were trying to do is that I think after this,
I don't think.
I only think it's one person below us, though.
No, I believe that is
I
two.
think they put up I think it's one person.
Well, we can see.
One of the
here
things
as
they
well.
want to discuss though, we would have seen De Silva coming for the last test. Came and scored 50. They said I want to create anything De Silva prove a point. He earn a play. If Dorichin available,
But you know he plays.
should go.
He
should
plays
go
for Trinidad
to
as a
Bangladesh.
batsman. You know.
But he should go. As I said, he should go back.
Just letting you know that,
as a
you know,
keeper.
he plays-
If Dorich
yeah.
is not available, because you would have seen Dorich get hurt in the first test. However, when normally
Yeah, so
when you're traveling to subcontinent, you normally walk with 2 keepers, right? Is this an opportunity for us to bring back in Shea Hope, right? If things don't go right, Shea Hope could probably come back into that number 6 position. The same way how England took Johnny Bairstow from being the batsman and turned it into the wicketkeeper batsman and pushing out order. Do you think that's an option that the West Indies should look at?
They got enough different variables, to be honest. Like you would have seen in terms of the poor performances here, you would have seen a lot of people calling out for Puran. There's a next guy that's a keeper. You would have also see Shamar keeping the first game.
Yeah.
And
Look,
it was
excellent.
pretty good. Pretty good.
So you making Shamar take keeper now?
Shamar actually looked
No,
the
but
best out of the few.
But
it's not that you're
on the
making him into a keeper, but he can get put in a position where he can work on his skills.
Okay.
And I think that's the best thing for him too. If he looking for any opportunity to remain value to the team, that's something that he got to necessarily work on too. But I don't think that I think that other people would be telling him, even within the team and outside of the team, that it's time that you like take it a little more serious. I ain't saying that it's a wicket keeper. You're not a wicket keeper right now. But that's saying you still got to take it serious. So you still got, again, De Silva, Brooks would be in the team. So you also know that Brooks more than competent to have the gloves. And then it's still the thing where everybody calling for Purano. You would have seen him play
He scored 40
first class games for the A team. He scored 60 in the last
16 last game, 40 in the
so
first.
that's still in that. And then you still got Shea. And Shea can come back at some time.
What I was saying.
Shea can come back at some time. I don't know.
So Shea,
Remember Shea gonna be going on. Shea going on there already for the one-day series. Remember that? Well, sorry, don't let me say he going on there. I expect him to go down there as the one-day keeper.
Shea's number one in one-day
cricket.
Is the captain and Shea?
Correct. So I ain't selecting the people team. So I say I expect him to go. Right? So if he's going, should we not give him the chance at this present moment? Well, Puran going as well.
I don't think it can be so soon. I still think that it's going to be a little time before Shea come. I know eventually he can come back sooner rather than later, but I don't think it can be like just one series removed. I think it can be a little longer than that. I honestly think so.
Real.
Because
Shea
between
then,
then, right, Shea wouldn't to be able to play any red ball cricket, any first class cricket. And that was the main reason for drawing him and getting him to go back and play some first class cricket and catch by himself in that format. So I don't think that he would come back in based on just one tour remove. Because you don't just take away a man so he could go home and relax on the beach. You take him away to go back and work on a specific discipline.
Well,
so what you saying, Commie?
But in all fairness, when we look at it, when we line out all the keepers, we go in the subcontinent. We line out all the keepers. Who, in my opinion, Shea has the best glove work out of all of them. Right? That's an argument I can have. No, don't get me wrong. As I said, the serve at this, and we all talking if Dorich is not available. Because Dorich is available, he's still number one. That's me. Right?
I think Shea is the better keeper.
Better keeper out of all of them. And you yourself, with a keeper, you should be able to understand yourself.
You think that this is T20 cricket? I will just put somebody behind this so they can catch the ball.
No, you keep it test cricket before.
You're keeping test cricket, but has Shea, and I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you about Carlos. Has Shea done anything, right, to put himself in a position where he can do this for West Indies?
What, the keeper?
I just mean keeping, but did he put himself back in the situation?
Just one series removed, I don't think like Shea is the pick right
keeping.
Correct, right away. Right, I don't think so.
He would have been dropped for a specific reason. That was pretty much just what he
batting.
So it's not no batting. Right, but he might come and keep again. And he might struggle with the batting. He might say this is same rule. This is a situation where Shea missed the tour and he can come back and he work on. And
I've seen people calling for actually Puran to keep.
I see people calling for Puran to keep.
I see people calling, and because
Puran glove work pretty
hard. But what I'm saying to you is that you got a situation where now Puran would have played a couple first class games there in New Zealand. The problem with the whole Puran and Test cricket was that he wasn't playing first class cricket.
What I could tell you, right, is if Puran had played like the last two, or even this last first class season, right? I really think Puran would have played in the second test.
I believe so too.
But just because De Silva would have gone England as the reserve keeper,
okay, right.
So Puran wouldn't to be on that tour.
Sorry,
right.
You mean De Silva would have?
De Silva went as a so I just thought that De Silva, listen, it might look funny that we come and elevate Puran.
But not only
De Silva was picked as a reserve keeper for 2 tours, so we can go with the person.
But not only that too, but you're faced with a situation where in England, when you play the games against one another, the Silva actually ended with a double.
Yeah, but again, I just think if Puran had played this first class season that gone, or even last two,
And I totally agree.
I think that Puran would have played the second test. But again, De Silva was the person there. He was initially picked. Then Puran would have played. It's only when they went down that they say about some of the guys getting playing.
Yeah, hats off.
So they just
Hats off to him.
the decision they initially
Because
made.
he actually didn't do too bad. He ended up with a 60 odd in the second innings. I always tell you about these second innings runs. I want to see my runs in the first innings. But if you can give me runs, you can give me, I can take them. But I want to see my runs in the first
Another
innings.
question though. Against subcontinent, which means Spain can play a major role. The Spain bowling options we got obviously are Cornwall, Boston. Do you think that it's time we take another look at some of the spinners that would be on the scene? But you got Warwican, who's obviously
Not worry.
Warwican, who's obviously travel sometimes, but in terms of you Spain bowling options,
You always got to take another look, but what I can say is that I don't see much more people playing. Like even you can still start with Cornwall, and you got Roston in his setup. I don't see much options initially that you can just pick.
And that's
who
the
are
problem.
the spinners that went to England?
well, Warwican,
And Cornwall
Cornwall,
and Roston.
Right.
Boston, yeah.
You know,
same
come to
thing.
New Zealand.
Yeah,
they-
you know they ain't going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as the people were saying, beep beep,
People
same
made noise
same
for
shit,
Purmall.
different day.
People made
But-
noise for Purmall, but that it wasn't
I don't
really
think it's time
much.
I don't think it's time for you to go back that in that direction.
No, I'm
And
just
that's,
saying
and
it's
that's,
not
the,
much.
that's the
all.
problem that I got when it comes to the test setup, right? You got a situation where, yes, T20 cricket is our prime type of cricket that we love to play. Fine. We dominate that cricket when it comes to the tournament side of it. But when it comes to the test cricket, the T20 side has got people knocking down trying to say, okay, well, we could do this, we could do that. And when it comes to the test side of things,
Ain't it?
we don't got the same pool of players that would be, and I can't even say willing, because more than likely everybody would be willing, but capable is a different word.
That's true.
Being capable of actually coming in and making a change to that, I say I don't see much. This is just my opinion and my opinion only. I can watch more first class games to see, but I keep in touch with enough first class games and I don't see.
The premier first class spinners. Right? Obviously, you got Cornwall, you got Warwican. I don't want to call Russell, because Russell don't necessarily play a lot of first class cricket. But
It's really Purmall with a
Purmall is finished.
got
Purmall had the
Brian-
most wicket in terms of the last 5 years.
You got
Purmall
Brian,
took the
yeah,
most
you
wickets.
got from Trinidad, you got Brian
Brian
Charles.
Charles, yeah.
Yeah, the little left Moti
From Ghana.
Moti from
yeah.
Guyana.
Yeah.
Lewis is obviously Cornwall.
Right.
Barbados is Warwican and Roston.
And Ashley.
Ashley.
Ashley, we ain't going there. We're not going to Ashley. I don't believe that Ashley is bowling very well in first class cricket either. But it ain't much. Jamaica
Who's the
is
spinner that's played for Jamaica?
Fabian Allen. If he played first class cricket sometimes. But now I tell you, but you call the spinner for Jamaica. I'm telling you.
Boulay started playing with Dennis.
Yeah,
Boulay,
Dennis
and-
Buller, yeah.
But it's not much in terms. But the spinners can get wickets, but the quality is not the highest in terms of
That's
that
another
step to
quality.
test cricket.
Yeah.
And you know, like in test cricket, you're not going to play 3 and 4 spinners, so you only really need 2, to be honest.
Yeah.
You need replacements or more in stock, but only 2 games.
But I think
And
we devaluing the role of that spinner. That spinner is supposed to come and just stay tight.
Not necessarily.
Well,
As a
to me,
spinner-
stay. You looking at
As a
what
spinner, if
I
throw the
remember.
ball to
Hold
you,
on, I remember
turn the
what
wicket,
Nick.
looking for you to win. I looking for you to out people.
No, but I remember what I watched the Amazon Prime documentary, not a documentary, series the other day, the test with the Australia. And Nathan Lyon said something that was very, 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 very important. He said, I know when the ball comes to me, I don't get wickets as quick as the Pacers.
And it don't ever happen.
Correct. It don't ever happen, right? But it's a game of patience. I come in and I bowl in and I just stay annoying. but it's patience. Because I know that something will happen at some point. Staying patient, you drying up, but you still staying consistent.
When you hear that saying it happen, it's not like he waiting for something to
Right,
happen.
but you see, he can go, but he can still, right, he can still, but he know that it ain't gonna happen as easy as I come.
But
And
you
you
what
go on.
Talking is, and we're talking specifically right now for the subcontinent. If you come to the subcontinent and as a spinner, you throw the ball to you, I throw the ball to you as the person way wicket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you I wouldn't say, for me, Roston is still somewhat of a part-time. Obviously, when we play in different conditions where you will go the 4 quicks, his role is important still, but we cannot bash Roston if you don't take 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if Cornwall coming into the team and Cornwall playing as a frontline spinner, obviously his role is different. His role is to take wicket. So
As much
if
as-
Cornwall can be taking 1 for 17 or anything.
As much as
Cornwall
we talk-
is the spinner,
As much
so
as we
you
talk,
can't do that.
when we look at the top spinners in the world, you got Nathan Lyon's number 1.
Yeah.
Right? Regardless of the if Nathan Lyon playing in England, we not gonna kill Nathan Lyon if we don't take 3. But because he has done it on so many occasions, right? We come to the point where you say Nathan Lyon gonna at least get 3. When you look at Ashwin for India and Jadeja and these men, many men should be looking for you to get wickets.
Once you in that main 4, more than so the 5th bowler, once you in that main 4, you expect
right,
it to
you
take
expect it to take wickets.
You can get
Right,
judged
but
on
that's
your
and
wicket-taking
that's and that's
ability.
what I'm saying to y'all. I'm saying to y'all is that in the structure of West Indies, Nathan Lyon does that for Australia.
But he's in the main 4.
He's in the main 4.
Of their
You got
bowling
a
attack.
4-pound ball in the top of West Indies. That the spinner is not the main priority.
But what is it for? What is it for? That's what I'm telling you. If you go to subcontinent, Cornwall's going to be
Right, right,
one
and
of
he's
the spinners
sub-
gonna
right.
become the main 4.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
dare say, and don't let me forget. He is not part of the main 4 because Jason has elevated his level called it as a bowler. Right? Jason plays an all-rounder. You said yourself, an all-rounder is supposed to kind of make up overs. But Jason has been bowling so good in the test level that we don't need, per se, to add somebody else to the main 4. Right? That's fine. But at the same point, if I throw you the ball as my spinner, my front line spinner, right? And we talk about West Indies makeup now. We got Jason, we got Kimar. These guys are pretty economical figures, right? When these men come, these men call, they can hold it tight. These men are able to give 20 overs, 40, 50 runs. 60 on a bad day, right? You got Shannon who's expressing himself, and you got Alzari. These men can express themselves, right? That's fine. If I come now and they say, well, you know what, today I don't want to play Alzari. I play in the West Indies and they can pay my 3 pound. You understand? Shannon,
Playing in
Jason.
subcontinent.
But no, I talking about just playing.
Okay,
talk
okay.
playing right now. I say,
Okay.
well, today I going with 3, right? I bring Cornwall. Cornwall then obviously takes over the role maybe of Alzari, whose main purpose is supposed to come in. Not I don't want to say main purpose, but one of his roles be coming and be the aggressor. The person that called is supposed to come in. We don't mind if you go for a little more runs. You understand? Once you get wickets, that's where our spinner then comes into the position then, and we say, well, you know what? Express yourself.
Well, you can see it all right. You see going Bangladesh, I feel like we're not going to see that same layout of the team.
I don't feel
I
The roles
really
can
think
change.
Jason can go probably 1 higher. Are you going to see one of the main batters losing a place? Are you going to see Cornwall playing in that place?
So you say
So you can pretty much see Jason
Just remember
reply-
Cornwall about a bit.
You can
I
see,
say no, but I'm saying we
you can
still
see
playing that
Jason
for?
replacing one of the main batters. You might see Jason replacing one of the main batters.
I can put
And
you under
might
the
see
pump here.
Cornwall. The only problem is Roston being struggling, yes, but Roston wouldn't be replaced because Roston can go at the second spinner.
Second spinner.
But
So that's where you
it's
can put
time that we can really need
I
Roston to
can
step
put you
up with
under
the
the
bat.
pump. So who would you drop there? If you were supposed to elevate Jason to bat the number 5 role?
I don't know. It might be 5 or 6 depending.
So he bats
Blackwood
up.
might go 1 up. He might go 1 up or he
can't-
Oh yeah,
Blackwood,
Blackwood is
so-
bat at 5 now.
no, Blackwood going 6.
6.
Boston bat.
Okay, so Jason will go 6 now. So that means you're playing with 5 batters. 5 no batters. Well, 5 people that does bat.
And the server will go normal
Silver, the
7.
Silver,
Normal 7, right?
Darren might miss out.
Brooklyn might miss out.
Brooks might miss out.
Normal 7. I think we actually playing over 5 batsmen and
No,
We play six.
Blackwood bat 6,
Six. Bat
Jason bat 7. Because De Silva and
oh yes,
Darwin
yes,
is batting
you're
at 8.
correct. You're correct. The 2 openers, Brooklyn, Darren, Blackwood, Roston. Yeah, Jason. 7.
What we want to talk about though is we got regional cricket kind of too. We talk about international cricket, but we got regional cricket come out. We would see that has some games playing on with the over. I know you don't pay much attention, but
While I'm at work, I still take a little glance.
It's the 50 over trial games.
trial games, and we will see Shea Hook got 200s already.
But that shit's format.
Yeah.
That shit's format.
We come back down to, as I said, he's a boss. He come back down to the level he got straight class.
And
Score
one thing I would say, like, Shea, I respect him for that. Like, when Shea come back down,
show you
Shea still show that he's a cut above. He's struggling below at top, but when he come back down, like,
I still belong out there.
Yes.
Sand just ain't working, but I still belong out there.
And you see the difference with Craig too. I don't think most of the other batsmen normally do that. Like, if you look at the trial games, like, if I had to say, if it's one body now that coming from the West Indies team, I can come back and they score like probably 200 or 300s in a row, I would say Shea might do it or Craig might do it. And that's why I'm so disappointed when they go to the next level, because I know that they'll be better than this level.
We've seen, but this is not something that we haven't seen for a very long time in West Indies cricket.
Yeah, but
this keeps happening. When we could dominate here and then maybe go to the next level.
Some because all people don't. We got a lot of players that might be just necessary. They're better than the other players, but they don't always dominate every time. You can more see that dominance from Shea and Craig. You can see performances from the other players, and that's respect to them too. But you can see performances, but you don't see that level of dominance.
Well, I just call in a name. We've seen that with the same old Davon Smith.
Yeah. That's how it is. They got players like that, and you would have seen it before that, like with Kesrick Williams and other players.
What is encouraging for those trials or the scores that come in the trials?
300
Man,
plus
scoring runs.
Even today, the first half of the game, the team scored 350.
They got like 4 centuries in the trials at the present moment.
Yeah, that's good to see.
And 2 90s too. So you in the end,
you got Matthew scoring runs and thing down there. Matthew Clark got 100.
Nah, I ain't got 100.
Not Matthew Clark.
Joshua
Joshua
Bishop.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Joshua Bishop got 100. But Matthew Clark got a score though.
Is a real
50 odd.
Good. Is a real. I am impressed with the quality of the trial games. Because you know, normally as a player, you come trials, you want to score. Yeah. So sometimes you see some of these 50, you see a team score 220, 200.
The scores
that man scoring 67.
Yeah.
You know, it's not 220 for 5 or saying, and the boy really taking a risk. See these big scores now, and from when you're talking to some players, the wicket is good for batting, but what they say is you don't really feel completely comfortable all the time batting through.
And then you gotta give credit to the guys that again to score then. Again,
exactly.
when you look at the game today in the first half, and you can see Jonathan Drake scoring 160.
What
that's something to look at.
Creating these young fellas, because obviously now we look, Nicholas Curtin would have got 80 something in the first game. You got Tevin Walker who got 55 or something. Jamil Stewart got a couple of starts. You got John Andreessen with 160 something. Justin got 2 scores.
And he's back bowling again, and they're happy to see that.
Exactly. Then you got, I think, a guy like Marlon Welcome Goodman got a score as well.
Probably one, yeah.
Carl Hope got a 90 something. So these
Carl Corbin got a 60.
Carl Corbin got a 60. And
so it's good to see. It's good to see that some of these guys getting these runs. It's really good to see. I don't know what's Commie's views on it, but
no, I'm happy for them.
I mean, it's refreshing because again, sometimes you might look at trial games and same 140.
It's always good, and it's always good because you get to see you get to see a full game.
But
right? Where everybody but what I'm saying is you're getting to see everybody showcase talent. It ain't that okay, you score 140, when they get 140, that's that. Everybody can get
I agree. The quality of the game, but no, not also that. This is also good practice per se.
For chasing and stuff like that.
Leading into the tournament. Well, the tournament
Batting ways.
batting ways. But if the guys coming out and playing aggressive cricket in the trial games, right? There's a level of pressure obviously going into a trial game and going into a tournament. Yes, it's different pressure, but you're trying to make a team. If you're batting this way, I don't think you should be that far off when going to a tournament, right? So if you got your main batsman or the main guys who you're looking to pick firing this way, then it's easier now for players to come, the other players coming back in, the senior players or whoever coming back in to help. It's easier for these guys to
how much senior players are actually going to come back in? Because like you said, you're going to have a Bangladesh series coming up shortly, which entails 50 over and Test cricket. So how much of these players are going to be replaced? We might see the same odd Carbon game pick again, which I'm happy for him.
I'll be honest with you. These trial games gonna give me more confidence for the Barbados Pride going into that 50 over than if I had seen a team score 140.
Also, I'm going to ask you a question, and I know we didn't speak on it, but you would have seen Shane Mosley score a first-class century there.
Nah, I forgot to touch on it, but John scored 57 inside.
60-something.
We know how Western squares work. You get a score, you save your career. You save your career. That's how it works.
What?
Shane didn't only score 100. He followed up with a 50-second innings as well.
All right.
I am not telling you.
All right. I'm not.
But to be honest, both of our openers
are struggling.
You heard me call for Shane Mosley.
But what I'm saying is, if Shane
coming through, as Shane would have said, when the time is right, we want him coming.
But no, I'm saying because if Shane does not go now with the Test squad, does he just come back and he plays 50 over cricket for Barbados?
He will.
He will.
Because
you would have seen the likes of Zaka.
I think because I don't think they're going to play 18 cricket in Bangladesh, so it might be a case where it might be best to leave him here in terms of get cricket.
I think he can be. I really think he can elevate himself to the squad though.
I will hope so, but
I pray so, but
I think so.
Bangladesh is a pretty hard.
You got Bono on the side, which is they had no 2 tours and Bono didn't get a chance. I think that he should have got a chance as well because you can't got 2 tours with guys struggling and a batsman still can't get a play. So it's either you're done with him because you're telling yourself that he can't replace nobody, or you got to give him an opportunity.
This West Indies cricket, I ain't sitting back, man. This West Indies cricket.
Yeah, but that Bangladesh
it happens.
Will obviously be very important as well for
a lot of players.
You done
championship.
You done declaring how we ain't gonna be at Lords.
We ain't gonna be at Lords. But wait, Bangladesh is in last. It's only 9 teams.
Yeah, but Shaki coming off. Shaki down there waiting for me.
Last time we made no idea it wasn't that easy neither. It was pretty difficult.
Shaki down there waiting for. They better play. Remember them. They are one of the only teams
that ain't
played since COVID. So it's either they're gonna be ready or they're gonna be rusty. So we gotta figure out which one it is. And
but they had the Bangladesh league the other day.
It's still different.
It's different. Yeah, fair enough. But
what we'd like to know is what team coming here? Cause we gotta play some at home.
You know, Jason was calling for that. I remember there was something that Jason said.
If you could go back,
you played.
You could come overseas.
It's good that we as brothers we look out for each other and stuff like that. So we came, but you gotta give me back something because I come by you and financially we struggling down here. The only way that we make money in Test cricket is when people come to us.
So
I don't know if we want crowds coming, but it gonna happen.
It gonna happen. I mean. A whole CPR went on.
Yeah, and I mean, where you sum our region compared to say certain continents and certain countries, like in terms of managing COVID, be better off than than cricket playing in England and them places. Be better off than them.
So you gotta come, man.
Well, look,
you can't even say you play Trinidad because obviously Trinidad ain't open back as yet. But they got much different. They got way more islands that we could.
Trinidad didn't open and we had the CPL down there.
Well, true. So exactly.
But that's bubble. Yeah, that was.
But that was great. Bubble setup. So it's the same thing. But everybody's playing in a bubble setup. Everybody playing in a bubble. Well, I was very shocked to see all them people in the stands in New Zealand.
The only difference with the Caribbean in terms of you can actually go and do like air travel because You can't take all the cricket, see the Barbados and play a test at Kensington, then second test at Kensington, third. Because you're seeing that the cricket playing at different grounds.
I was saying Trinidad would probably obviously be the more feasible option.
Queen's Park and then Bernard
Bernard,
Stadium.
correct.
Because I think you will have to go like 2 stadiums. Pretty much 2.
Because in any case, unless
the turnover, once you're in a bubble setting, the turnover, the test pretty short.
Yeah, pretty short, exactly.
For test match preparation, it might be too short. You might get elite or first division, but the second game. You might get say.
You trying to say with the people at the BCA? What you trying to say that BCA?
No, I'm saying that if a team practicing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you got to prepare wicket Friday to play game Saturday, it's going to be unprepared in terms of test standard. It's going to be very unprepared. A first division game level to last a day and a half. If you go into the evening, the Sunday, you know that
all
you're
fairness,
struggling.
These last 2 test matches, they thought we would last a day and a half too. So that might put things in perspective.
West Indies only last 5 days if it rain.
I don't mind that though. Test cricket is supposed to be a lot of test matches.
Yeah, but I gotta come on the right. I gotta come on the other end.
You go.
At some point, I gotta come on the other end.
Hopefully we come home.
I gotta come on the other end.
We come home. We get a couple series where we could
be better home, but we're not dominant home. That's the worst thing.
As always said,
like New Zealand dominant home, England dominant home, India dominant home.
Yeah, but that's
better home. That way, but we're not dominant.
But I will attribute that to when you come to West Indies, you just get a whole heap, different characteristics. When you go Barbados, you got a different wicket to play upon. Trinidad is a spinning one, Guyana is a spinning one, Jamaica no.
Yeah, you get different conditions.
You get different conditions.
That could be true.
Right, true. Yeah. So you basically playing world cricket back over again. But the only thing that you don't get is
most people
conditions.
Our bowling is performed better home, and apart from Darren from his numbers, everybody's have a better performance.
He's overseas-based person.
Everybody's have a better performance.
I'm gonna let Ross know hope call you that we could play the rest of that series at you over.
Yeah, that's great.
You know that Kensington, because really and truly he pretty fit there. Jason.
Really, we really need the guys though to perform to their potential and their talent.
Well, guys, I think we can wrap it up there. It's been nice having me because I'm actually a guest here on the show.
Most controversial. Most controversial.
I know Kes will never ask to have a drink with you. But
no, you could have a drink with me. No, I can pay bill too. Just let you know, like, just can't order.
Or you drop your fee vaccine so you can't afford to buy a drink no more.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I can buy you a drink, right? I can pay bill. I can buy it. You just can't order the Don Julio 1942 on none of them there. You can order a little rum.
Well.
but yeah.
Which rum you ordering though?
Caught Spur. I'll find rum and he. Fine rum and he.
Alright.
Not old gold name, the pretty name.
One of your Caught Spur.
Fine Caught Spur.
What was this drink at corner shop?
Caught Spur, fine rum and he.
I corner shop.
Corner shop boy there.
Okay, alright. I understand.
You want to play a corner shop standards? You're not a corner shop boy there, brother. I'll cool it. But guys, like we say, it's nice being here. This is Commie signing out.
Clink it. I forget again. Happy holidays from
FourPlay team.
I actually forget what you need.
Jobs is actually part of the FourPlay team, it seems.
Yeah.
So from Jobs as well.
Man, don't if you part of the FourPlay team, let you sign up yourself.
Go ahead, Jobs.
Go ahead, Jobs.
And Jobs signing up.
All right, guys. See ya whenever we see.